If you are a man over 30 who is wanting to build an attractive body, you want motivation, knowledge, and some guidance, then this video is going to be exactly for you. I'm going to show you a 6-step system that's going to be able to have you build an attractive body. I'm going to go through the basic principles of what you need to be able to lose all the excess body fat and be able to have a physique that you truly are proud of. Sit down, I'm going to explain everything that you need to know. You can take this information and go ahead and get in the best shape of your life. All right? Have your wife looking at you with pride. Look, your kids looking at you like you're in shape. Confidence it's going to bring for you. So if you've got 10 to 15 minutes of your time, listen up to this video. I'm going to give you everything that I know so you can build an attractive physique. Let's go. So the first thing I get everyone to do is get exactly clear and specific of where you want to be. I'm going to show you a chart now, and on there I want you to have a look and see where you are sitting in body fat, in your percentage of body fat, and I want you to have a look very closely to where you actually want to get to. So for example, looking at this chart, let's say you're around about 25% and you want to get down to 10 to 15%. You can roughly look at losing around about 1% to 0.5% every single week by putting yourself in a calorie deficit. Now, what you do is you set up your BMR, which I'm going to put on screen, and you're going to work out your weight, your height, and obviously your age. That's going to give you a maintenance calories. We're going to subtract around about 200 to 400 calories off that, and that is going to put you in a steady deficit for the foreseeable. Next is understanding where you want to be and why you want to get there. So by you looking at that chart, it's going to make you realize that you're actually not too far away, and now you have a clear goal in mind. So if you want to get to 10% body fat and you are 25%, now we know that we have 15% body fat to lose. If we do this consistently right, we can probably do this between 15 and 30 weeks, depending on how hard you're willing to work, how consistent you are, and how disciplined you are to the process of getting in shape. Now you are clear and you understand exactly what you need to do in terms of where you want to be and why you want to get there. It's setting out some non-negotiables and commitments to yourself. You're going to reverse it. So let's say it's 15 weeks. You've got 4 workouts in that week that you need to do. 4 times 15, I'll do the quick math here. That's how many workouts that you need to do in that 15-week period to make progress. And you do the same with your calories as well. So you understand how many calories are in your deficit, and then you look at how many weeks and how many calories that you need. But the next point is very important, which is the diet, the food. Now this is where a lot of people slip up, because what they will do is spend all the time in the gym and then pay no real attention to how many calories they're eating, what types of foods they're eating, and just basically just doing what they want with the food. And this is why a lot of people stay plateaued or stay at the same body fat and never really make a lot of progress within the months of them training. So I'm going to put you on some sauce here. The first thing you need to do with your food is please understand there are 3 macros that you need to be aware of, which is protein, fats and carbs, and there's a lot of micronutrients, but we're not going to get into that for now. That'll be for another video. Now, protein, carbs and fats are the 3 macronutrients. Now, for you to retain muscle, to build muscle and to help repair muscle, you want to be prioritizing protein in your diet. So we need to be eating a high protein diet. I recommend 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you get on the scale and you are 200 pounds, then ideally you want to be sitting around about 200 grams of protein per day in your diet, okay? And 3 to 5 meals depending on your work schedule and what fits best for you, and making sure you're having around about 40 or 50 gram of protein in your meals as well. And this is very, very easily achievable once you understand what you're doing. Let's talk a little bit about what we need to be doing to build an attractive physique muscle wise. In my opinion, the most attractive muscles are the shoulders, the chest, the neck, the abs need to be trained as well. Because if you have a really good upper body but you have weak legs, then you're only as strong as your weakest body part. So training legs is a non-negotiable, and I will link that in a program down below where you can be hitting these muscles 2 to 3 times per week. Now if you just absolutely, especially if you're a beginner, if you just hammer 1 muscle group per week, there's a lot of chance that you're not getting enough volume on them, and there's a lot of chance that you're missing out on a lot of gains. So I recommend you be training these muscles and all your muscles 2 to 3 times per week, and that's going to allow you to hit enough volume and intensity to actually start seeing some growth within your physique. Number 5 is your steps and cardio, and this is by far one of the most overlooked parts of your training program and your lifestyle. So steps play a pivotal role in fat loss and your ability to be able to lose fat consistently. Ideally, depending on your situation, I'd be sitting between 8,000 and 14,000 steps per day, depending on what type of individual you are and your job role, etc. So for me, example, I'll take me. I work at a gym, so it's a lot more easier than it would be for, you know, one guy who works at an office for 12 hours a day. So you want to be prioritizing your steps in different manners to me, meaning parking furthest away from the supermarket on your lunch break, and just all the basic steps like that to increase your step count if you are sedentary for the majority of your day. Start building muscle, you have to be resistance training, and when I say resistance training, it means hypertrophy training, and you want to be going heavy, roughly between 8 to 15 reps in your sets. Now, I recommend if you can find 4 hours per week to be able to commit to the gym to lift weights, that is absolutely perfect, because what that's going to allow you to do is run a split like a push-pull legs, or something like a full body routine or an upper lower routine that you can capitalize on with them 4 hours. I'm going to attach a program split that has worked very well for me and very well for my clients that you can have for completely free, that if you go to the gym and implement it, it's going to help you out. You also, when you are training, have to be pushing yourself to failure or close to failure in your sets. It's no good leaving 4, 5 or 6 reps in the tank. You really have to be pushing intensity whilst you train to make sure that you get the most from your working sets. 2 to 3 sets per exercise before you move on. Now, a big part that a lot of people miss out is on cardio. If you are in a fat loss phase and you are genuinely want to get down to that 10 to 12% body fat or somewhere in there, you want to be prioritizing cardio. And ideally, I would be doing 30 to 45 minutes after your weight training session. Never ever do cardio before your weights, because what that will do is just fatigue you when you're coming into lifting weights. So always do it after the session or on its own day. That way you'll get the most from the cardio, and opportunity to actually up the energy expenditure. So that's the next thing. Your steps and your cardio are a pivotal part in you losing fat. Now, number 6, and this is a very, very important one, is recovery. So if you're sleeping like shit consistently, we're not talking like 1 or 2 rough nights, but if you don't get enough sleep, it is the essential part of you being able to recover for your next session. And also, this is where the body grows and this is where the body develops whilst you're sleeping. So it's important that you're getting good night's sleep. And what I mean by that is having some discipline around when you turn your phone off, making sure your room is dark and also cool, and then being consistent with a routine around your sleep should help. If you are on the move and you're sleeping from hotels and stuff, then you want to try and find a routine as best as you can that allows you to get a good night's sleep. All right, so by you doing the cardio, the walks and the weight training with high effort and consistency, you should be going to sleep. Cutting off caffeine at around about, I'd say between 12 and 2, no more drinks, because that's going to keep you up as well. So please watch your caffeine intake. I'm going to link you a high protein meal plan down below that you can use as a rough guide, and I'm going to link you a training program that you can follow if you have 4 hours per week. If you need any help, comment down below and I'll send you over anything that you need so you can start building an attractive physique that you're proud of. If you find any of this useful, please like and subscribe to the page, and I'm going to try and give you more value on what's helped me in my journey.